got this in today. I already cut the tape open for that one, and it's in 2 more boxes inside. See if I can take them out with one hand. Kind of hard to, but there it is. Just came in the mail today, so now if I can move this box out of the way. Give me a second to get this one set. It's kind of got some dings in it for the box, but that's the box. You can hear it clumping around. 51324. There's some other packaging in it. Right there. And there's a pair of gloves. That's cool.
What?
They sent a pair of gloves. Pair of gloves.
I think it's just to make it
Right
safe
there.
in there, that's why.
Little piece of cardboard. And there it is. The wheel hub assembly. Right there. There's one of them. 5 lugs. It's got oil all in it, like it's supposed to. 2, 4, 5. Oh, 2, 4, 5. And it's supposed to have speed sensor. Ow. Right there. It has it. So there's that. There's one of them. Now let me get that out of the other one and the other one out of here, and I'll show you opening it. Alright, number 2, 5132, well, 513234, and another set of gloves. So 2 sets of gloves right there. There's the packing. There's the other one, same exact thing, and it's got the speed sensor on it and all of that. Brand new, brand spanking new in there. These came out to $91.75, and the $91.75 is because it was Cash App that I paid for it with. But they sent a pair of gloves with each one of them. So there's 2 pairs of gloves that can now use. But great deal. I'll link where I got them down below. It's a website that went on that has affiliates with Amazon. So it's Amazon shipping company that sent it. And they have different warehouses throughout the United States. But I'll put the link to this and their hub assemblies, the front, passenger, and driver. And it was $91.75 with the international, different country, with having it being processed for payment in the other country. Then it made it that it's $91.75, but it was actually under $90 with shipping, was free and everything to order them. It's just the $2 and change that Cash App put for international processing and all. But great deal. We'll be putting a video of us installing these on the front of our Jeep, because now we got these, and we got valve cover gaskets that came off from Amazon for under $20, which are actually right here. And with ordering those, hold on a second here, with ordering the valve cover gaskets right here, which engine valve cover gasket compatible for Dodge or Dodge for R, and then 50, 65 2R, set of 2 new, and they come in, you can get them. I'll put the link for that. It has the gaskets themselves, and it has all of the rubber washers for the bolts all around the valve cover. But I'll put the link for these. This was under $20 as well. So 90 $175 and 20, so that would be $111, $112 in all to get valve cover gaskets for both sides and wheel hubs assemblies with the speed sensor and all for both sides of our 2005 Grand Cherokee Laredo with the 3.7 liter. And there, you could even get the whole valve cover and gaskets and all of it for like $47.96 on Amazon. Or you can even get one side or the other. Then you can get, even instead of the plastic that they put on top, or as Rayman Ray always says, Plastech instead of plastic. You can get ones that are aluminum and red. And that's something that I want to save up for in the future, is so that we could put red aluminum valve covers on our Jeep instead of the plastic that doesn't do as well. So stay tuned. Make sure you hit like, subscribe, all of those things. And we'll be doing these hub assemblies very soon, within probably this weekend. So we'll see you soon with the video for that. Working on the Jeep again today. Yesterday did the wheel hub assembly. Yes, there's dog pee on the tire. Yesterday did that on that side and this side, both front sides. But up here, what we got to do in the near future is there's a leak. You can see the fluid right down there above the belt. Valve cover gasket right there is leaking, so got a set of 2 of those. And today what we got is right here, passenger side catalytic converter goes to the Y, goes to the flange. So I got all of the clamps taken out from when I put the muffler in, and the passenger side one underneath there. So there was clamps there, clamps up over here. You can see where the gap is there. That's where there was 3 different clamps. And there was this over it, one of these ones. Well, basically there was 1, 2, there was those 3 clamps and that up where that gap is in there, right there. And this was on where the muffler connects right there. So I took all of those off. And for some reason this one and that one was brand new, shiny, just like the muffler is. And the other one was old and rusted. These ones came off harder than that one did. This one was brand new and shiny, just like those 2. It came off easier than those 2 did. So kind of weird, but this was to cover that gap as a quick fix type of thing in between. But with putting that one in, won't have that gap. It's because there was a difference between here, about that much of a difference in where the cut was to take the other side out. But gonna be putting this one in. The hard part is gonna be right there, because have to do down here, there's the cross member right here that goes and holds the transmission up, and that flange is through there, and it comes up through to the catalytic converter there. And there's a O2 sensor there, one up there, and there's a hanger right there that I gotta figure out to unhook as well. So quite a process, and gonna take a little bit of the day, but be able to get it done today and get it so that we don't have a code read coming up with catalytic converter below threshold. So we'll show you when we get closer, or I'll show you when I get done. So because I'm working on getting that one out right now, which goes there And I gotta get right there to take that out. And it's recently been put in, so when we put this motor in, which was not that long ago, within a year or two, so it's not going to be super hard to undo those two for those flanges, but I'm going to get to it. We'll show you more in a little bit here. Well, after doing some cutting, is that's the one that took out. I took the O2 sensor off, and that one is the one that just came out. Did some cutting to be able to get it out. Got one of the O2 sensors right there. You can see how black it is. And this was the flange that's there to connect it. And you can see inside, it's got some shininess because a bunch of oil going through the catalytic converter right there. So that's why we had a PO420 code. But now it's time to put that one back in. We even had to drop the subframe that holds the transmission up in. But the transmission mounts, had to drop that a little bit to be able to get it out for the flange part here. But gonna start putting that one in and getting it back together. Yes, it's a little worse for wear. Gonna be having a bunch of work done to it. I just got done with underneath here. There is fuel line. It was behind the fuel pump, a fuel filter, but put that new on and put up here. There's another thing back here that just put on right there. Oh, I put that on because it was behind right there. That section was behind there and leaking, as you can see. And I took this back section, where is it? Right here. And that came off of our Jeep, Perch Jeep, and then it has that fitting, then goes back, and there's a fitting right here. It's kind of hard to see, but there's a fitting right there that I put on. I thought that was leaking, but it's not. So it was behind the fuel filter here, but now got it redirected so it's not rubbing on things and stuff like that, but it's out. And gonna try that, see how that works. So it's only thing I did was I cut a section off from behind the fuel filter here. I cut it before, pulled it through, and cut the section off, added it. So now it's right there with the brand new, and got it all set, tightened. And now next is coming out from under there. Right here is where it was broken. That's the broken that was behind the fuel pump right there. Then that was to repair another section that was broken the same way up in behind the filter box. But now next is putting this power steering hose from Precision. Now you got to get down to right, hold on, zoom in a little bit. Come on. There we go. That one right there goes in behind the power steering pump underneath there. Got to get that one. And then down here, I got to get it right down there to get those off. So that is the next thing to do. And it's only taken me about a half hour to do the fuel line for this time. We did get new piece of fuel line to go in and didn't end up using it. Ended up using some fuel line from the Jeep right there. The filler neck is definitely not the same size, but the breather to go up to the filler neck to let the air out while you're putting gas in is 5/16 metal, goes to 5/16 nylon, and that's why it's got the two different. So I took that off from that one, and that's what I thought it was the fitting that I put in for the nylon to nylon, because that is the same as this, and I was only able to get it to go up to there on one side and up to there on the other side. So I thought it was that fitting not being on all the way that was why it started leaking again, but because the rest of it was all sealed, the spot that was right there behind the fuel filter started leaking and it blew out. So we got this little fitting with the clamps from O'Reilly's as well, and thought that we were going to be putting that in, but did not need it that I know of yet. I'm going to be testing it to make sure before it leaves, make sure that it's fixed and not going to leak from that area as well. But next, doing that power steering line down there, and that's going to be the hard part, is getting to that one. That one, not as bad, because you can see it's kind of open down through there. I can get my hands down through. I'll update you as we go. So make sure you like, subscribe, leave a comment if you know how to do it a different way that'd be easier than what I'm going to do. Because what my plan is I'm going to cut the one that's in the truck now that's leaking. I'm going to cut it above where it connects, be able to take a wrench, put it over it, and do that on both sides, or at least on the side that's hardest to get to. And then after I take it out, I'll clean up the area first before I even take it out. Then I'm going to put this one in, tighten it down, then I'll start it, make sure it's running, make sure it's not leaking at the gas line or the power steering line. So like I said, stay tuned, subscribe, hit that like, leave a comment if you have an easy way to do these power steering lines, the high pressure for a 04 Chevy Silverado 1500 HD right there. If you know how to do the 04 Chevy Silverado 1500, it's not the HD. Easier for fuel line and for power steering line. Just make sure you let me know, so then I know for next time. And that's the only way I do it, is I learn as I go. And if you want to see more automotive repair, let me know, because I got another customer that wants me to do brakes and rotors on a Hyundai Sonata in the next week or so. So, like I said, like, share, subscribe, and hit that comment with what you think. Sorry for the loud noise. The jack is loud. We'll be back.